What's going on, everybody? Jason here, and today I've got this 2022 Ram 2500 Limited Night Edition. Right before we jump into this bad boy, if you guys are enjoying these types of reviews, please be sure to hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel because it lets me know to make more content like this, and it also helps support the channel and with the YouTube algorithm. With that being said, let's jump right into this Limited Night Edition and see what it's all about. Starting off with the different trims that you can get when it comes to the Ram 2500s, and that includes the Tradesman, Bighorn, Laramie, Limited Longhorn, Limited, which you're looking at right now, and the Power Wagon. And if you decide to go with the Limited, in terms of the safety features that come standard with this, you'll be getting your blind spot cross path detection and your park scent front and rear park assist. However, like this truck has, and you end up getting the Limited level 1 equipment group, you're gonna get a ton more safety features, such as your adaptive cruise control with stop, trailer reverse guidance, lane keep assist, forward collision warning with active braking, adaptive steering system, and your surround view camera system. Starting off in the front of this 2500 Limited, you can't really tell the beauty of the Night Edition because this truck is already black, but I'll touch on the Night Edition in just a second. Let's say you did not get the Night Edition package and you just got the 2500 Limited and that's it. With that standard, you're still gonna get your front LED fog lights. Also, like I mentioned, your front sensors. As for your tow hooks, they're not gonna be black, they will be chrome tow hooks. And the same thing goes with your front and rear bumpers, they're gonna be chrome. Even when you move into the grille area, your whole grille surrounding will be in chrome, but you still get these beautiful LED headlights, which just look amazing on the 2500 Limiteds. So because this truck has the Night Edition package, you're gonna get all of your badging blacked out. Also, if you look underneath your front Ram badging, you'll have your forward facing camera hidden away as well. And even your front headlights are gonna have this black tint to it, which compared to a normal Limited, they're just gonna be clear. Also, your tow hooks are gonna be in black as well. And the same thing goes with your grille surrounding, that is gonna be body color. So if you're a huge fan of chrome, then the Night Edition is not for you, but if you like the nice stealthy look of the truck, go with the Night Edition. This particular Limited is also equipped with the optional clearance lamps up top. Taking a look at the Limited Night Edition from the side view, again, you can't really tell the beauty of the Night Edition because this truck is already black, but if you got any other color, you would definitely see this stand out. In terms of what comes standard, typically you're gonna get your 20-inch satin carbon wheels with the chrome inserts. You're also gonna have a 3.73 rear axle ratio, which you can upgrade, but keep in mind, just like the 1500s, if you upgrade the rear axle, you are going to compromise your fuel economy. And also standard, you're going to get your body color door handles, but they're going to have some chrome on them. Same thing goes with your side mirrors. They're still going to be power tow mirrors, but obviously they're going to be in chrome. One thing that I do love that the Limiteds already come with are your power side steps, which are very, very convenient. So because this one has the Night Edition package, your side mirrors are going to be black side mirrors, and they're still going to be your tow mirrors and power folding. Cool thing about your side mirrors is that you have cameras built in, which I'll show you inside on the screen. Also, your door handles are going to be fully body color, no chrome on them whatsoever. And as for your wheels, they're still going to be the same size, which are going to be the 20-inch black aluminum wheels this time because of the Night Edition package. And then of course, you've got your typical 2500 heavy duty badging on the hood, and then the Cummins badging on the side because this is the diesel version. Another extra option that this particular truck has is your anti-spin differential rear axle. Right before we look at the rear of the truck, standard on these Limiteds, you are going to be getting your Ram cargo management system. So you're going to have boxes on both sides of the bed. However, this truck has the option that it got it deleted, so that's why you don't see them. Making your way to the rear of the 2500, you've also got your rear body color bumper along with your rear park sensing system. You've got your standard hitch at the back, and then right above that, you've got your typical towing plugs, wiring, whatever you need when it comes to your towing capabilities. And on the actual tailgate, everything, like I mentioned, all your badging is blacked out. If you haven't watched my other 2022 Ram 1500 or 2500 videos, something new with the 2022 models is if you take a look underneath your tailgate handle, you'll have this LED light underneath it now. As for your rear tail lights, just like the front, these are LED lights as well, and they also have that black tint to them along with your sensor right in the middle. Opening up the tailgate, you'll notice right off the bat you do have your standard spray and bed liner, which is a must-have, especially if you're using this as a work truck. Another standard thing on this, which is nice to have, is your LED bed lighting. So if you're doing any type of work outside at night, you've got the bed lighting to light everything up. And next to your lighting, you also have a plug in the bed as well. Also, if you look on the rear glass, this truck also comes standard with your rear power sliding window. And above that, you do have a high mounted camera as well, which is a part of your Limited level 1 equipment group. Entering into the rear of the 2500 Limited, nothing too crazy. It's a fully blacked out trim, and you've got a mixture of leather and plastic. Starting at the bottom, you do have a little bit room to put small little items, and then the same thing in the middle of the door, you have a little bit more room. You've also got your speaker. Now, typically standard, you're only gonna get the 9 Alpine speaker system with the subwoofer, but because this has the limited level 1 equipment group, now you're gonna have your 17 speaker Harman Kardon sound system. If you look at the top of the door trim, you have this leather piece with a nice little design stitched right into it. And just like how the limited trucks are, you have this nice blacked out wood trim piece that goes everywhere inside of the truck. Now, as for the rear seats, just like this whole interior is, it's fully leather, as you can see. And these seats are very comfortable because standard, these seats are also heated seats. Plus, you've got a ton of room back here, so any of your passengers will be very comfortable. Folding down the rear handrest, this will expose the 2 cup holders for the rear passengers. Just like any other Ram truck, your rear seats can also be folded up, so you have additional storage underneath them. This particular one has this flat bottom platform that can fold out, and as you can see, you have a ton of room to put whatever stuff that you want back here if you don't want to use your bed or if it's full. But if you don't want to pull this out and use it as a flat floor, you can fold it up and have additional storage underneath it. And in the center, you do have 2 more cup holders on the floor. Another great standard feature on this Limited is your rear in-floor storage bins, which gives you access to tuck away more things and just hide them away. As for the rear driver and passenger seat, they're fully leather, and you have more of that nice Limited design, along with 2 matte pockets, which can give you extra storage at the back. Over on the rear center console, not only do you have 2 more cup holders, but you also have more of that nice black wood trim, and underneath that you have a little bit of storage with some USB ports for the rear passengers and the buttons for your rear heated seats, along with a 115 volt plug for the rear. Coming into the front of the Limited Night Edition, as you can see, it's exactly like the rear. At the bottom, you've got a little bit more space than the back, along with the cup holder area, but you still have the same center space in the door. And in the front, you do have 2 speakers, along with all of your typical window controls. Your side mirrors are power folding as well, and your driver's seat is a memory seat. Then you've got your nice leather with the stitching, along with your dark wood trim piece. As for the front seats, just like the rear, they're fully leather. The only difference is, not only are the front seats heated, but they're also ventilated seats, which is standard. For the different interior that you can either get this, which is the black on black, or you can get the light frost with indigo blue, which I think looks really nice on the Limiteds. Both of your front seats are also power seats, which makes things very convenient. Underneath, nothing too special, just your foot pedals. You've got your parking brake and then the latch to release it. You've also got the button for the bed 115 volt plug, which you can turn on and off, and then your hood latch release in the center. Up top, you've got your typical lighting controls, front fog lights, rear, and your light dimmers. As for your steering wheel, it is a manual adjustable steering wheel. However, you do have your standard power adjustable pedals. Once you enter into the 2500 Limited, on the dashboard, you've got a mixture of hard leather / the plastic, along with your speakers on both corners and in the center. As for your center gauge cluster, it's a very typical setup when it comes to the Limiteds. You've got that unique blue trim around your gauges, and then in the center screen, you can go through a bunch of different things about your truck and just have really whatever information you want to have in front of you, so you really don't have to access your 12-inch screen. You'll have it right in front of you while you're driving. As for the steering wheel, this is a fully leather wrapped steering wheel, and it's also heated. On the left side of the steering wheel, you've got controls for your Bluetooth settings and also your controls for the center gauge cluster, like I've shown you. On the right side of the steering wheel, you have access to your cruise control settings and then your forward collision, adaptive cruise control, and all of that. Underneath, you've got your gear limit selector. Behind the steering wheel on the left side, you've got your typical controls for your indicators, high beams, and your windshield wipers. Over on the right side behind the steering wheel, this being a diesel, you do have your lever for your gear selector. And behind that, you've got your typical engine start stop button. Below that, you've got this heavy duty writing, along with your typical 4-wheel high, low, 2-wheel drive buttons right there. And if you end up going with the Hemi version, you would then have the knob here for your gear selector. Over on the center handrest, this is a fully leather handrest, and you've got the Limited badging along with your nice stitching as well. Opening up the first section, you do have a decent amount of room to put whatever you need to in here. If you want to go ahead and charge something, you also have a USB port. Opening up the next part, this is your main section. You've got your measuring tables and whatnot, and then you can't forget about the unlimited storage that Ram trucks are known for. You've got space in the rear and in the front because you can slide the center section forward and backwards. On the actual slider, it's full of that nice wood trim. If you open up the first section, you have a little bit of room to put small little items. And as for your second section, this will have your 2 cup holders for the front. Moving the center section back, you have more space up front, of course, and then another 115 volt plug down there. Above that, you have some space to hold 2 phones, and you do get a standard wireless charging pad in this truck. truck. Further up, you have a little bit more room along with more USB ports and an aux cable port for the front. Above that, you have a few buttons. You've got your buttons for the front and rear parking sensors, which you can turn on and off. You've got your tow haul mode and then your exhaust brake. Also standard with this Limited is your trailer brake controller. And then you have this beautiful 12-inch touchscreen with a lot of gloss black around it. And this is actually standard with the Limited. Also, this has the new and improved Uconnect 5 software, which is so much better than the previous one. Because on your homepage, you can actually add pages as well, along with change different layouts. So you have more options to customize your homepage to your liking. As for your media section, this is your typical AM, FM, and Sirius XM, but with the Uconnect 5 system now, you can wirelessly connect your Apple phone or your Google phone. Under your comfort settings, here you'll find your typical heating and cooling buttons, or you can use the actual touch buttons on the side of the screen. And you also have access to turn on your heated seats, vented seats, and your heated steering wheel. Under your navigation screen, you've got a full screen, of course. And now when you're low on fuel, it'll actually let you know of the gas stations nearby, and you can turn this into a 3D map. Under your phone pairing settings, you can now connect up to 2 phones at the same time. Moving over to the vehicle section, under your controls, you can dim your rear view mirror, you can access your power side steps, and your vehicle cameras. As for the different cameras that you have in this, like I mentioned, this truck has the surround view camera system, so you can actually see not only the top view of the truck, but a bunch of different angles, the front, the rear, whatever you want, you have access to. And also you have access to the cameras on your side mirrors, like I mentioned, the left and the right, along with your cargo camera, so you can check up on whatever you have in the back. And if you have a trailer hooked up, you also have access to your trailer cameras. Moving over to the off-road section, once you go ahead and click on this image, this will bring up different information about your truck. So you've got your vehicle dynamics, you've got your accessory gauges, and your pitch and roll. And finally, under your apps section, here you'll find different applications about the truck and fine-tune different things. Also, with the Uconnect 5 system now, you do have Alexa built in. As for the bar at the top displaying different information, this is a touch bar, so whatever you touch will bring out a shortcut menu. Above your screen, you do have your button for your lane keep assist and your traction control. Moving above that, you have more of that nice wood trim, along with some space to put some stuff and a 12-volt adapter. Above that, not only do you have just your typical dimmable rear view mirror, but you can also turn this into a digital rear view mirror, which is nice to have in a truck. Further up, you've got a little bit more buttons, your typical interior dome lighting, assist and SOS, your tailgate release button, your rear power sliding window button, and then your sunroof controls, because this truck does have the optional sunroof option. As for the key fob on this Limited, it's a typical Ram key fob. You've got your unlock, lock button, tailgate release button, remote start, and your panic button. And on the rear, you've got the Ram Limited badging. Coming over to the passenger side, in your glove department, you've got your typical space that you have in your Ram trucks. It's a decent amount of room, but if that does get full, you do have a secondary one right above that, which gives you access to a little bit more room. And if you go ahead and close that, it is covered with this nice wood trim along with your Limited badging. When it comes to what powers these 2500 Limiteds, you have two options. You can either get the 6.4 liter Hemi V8, or, which this truck has, the 6.7 liter Cummins Turbo Diesel, which is gonna give you 370 horsepower with 850 foot-pound of torque. Now, depending on how you spec out your truck, because the Cummins engine is capable of towing up to 20,000 pounds, but with this particular Limited you're looking at, it is capable of towing a little over 15,000 pounds with a payload capacity of about 1,900 pounds. Here is the window sticker for the 2022 Ram 2500 Limited Night Edition. You've got your typical information about the exterior, engine, and all of that, along with your standard equipment right below that. So you can see this truck already comes with a ton of standard equipment because it is a Limited, but under your optional equipment, you can see it has a decent amount of upgrades to this. Below that, you've got your pricing for this truck. Keep in mind, this is in Canadian dollars and minus any dealer discounts or manufacturing discounts being offered. Well, that does it for this 2022 Ram 2500 Limited Night Edition. Like always, let me know in the comments down below, do you love this or do you hate it?